Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Peaceful here. We got a new expansion announcement today, Festival of Legends. I wanted to go ahead and go over some details about it real quick and kind of give you kind of an overview of what I think. This is a expansion themed around the idea of a giant music festival in Azeroth, which is where World of Warcraft and Hearthstone and all that takes place, which is super cool and all that good stuff. I don't know anything about Hearthstone lore or World of Warcraft lore, so if you're watching this and you do, you can totally fill me in. But I do love the idea of theming. So what they've done is they've themed each class to a different music genre, which is really really cool. Obviously, Death Knight is death metal, and emo is apparently Demon Hunter, which I thought was really interesting and kind of funny. I think this is a really cool and unique way to add or to theme an expansion. I'm really excited about this. So I'm not going to go into card details today. We'll do a card review once everything's wrapping up. But I did want to kind of go over some of the new mechanics. We got a new keyword called Finale. The way Finale works is basically if you spend the last bit of mana you have in order to cast the spell, using up the last of your mana crystals, you get a Finale bonus. So we have cards like Ghost Rider, which has Battle Cry, discover a spell. Finale, discover another one. So basically, if you can finale that Ghost Rider, you get a second spell discover off of it. Seems super powerful. They also previewed a priest one, which I'm probably showing to you right now behind me. There's a really cool mechanic, really flavorful for the set. Obviously, with finale, a lot of bands always have their big finale, at their shows, so that makes a whole lot of sense. They actually are also adding a new priest mechanic called overheal. So basically, if you heal a minion over its max health, you get a bonus effect, which was previewed on the new legendary. I think this is great. Priest needs some new ways and some ways to make their hero power do something when when you don't have anything to actually heal. There's always been a problem with priest. It's almost as bad as warrior. So I I think this is a really cool mechanic to add for priests. So a few other things that they're adding are signature spells, or which are basically the albums for each individual artist for each individual class. I think this is super cool. The Death Knight one in particular, they preview the climactic necrotic explosion. Sounds really really cool. I love this idea of bringing back legendary spells in order to capture an album or an artist album and stuff like that. That's really cool, fits with the theme. I love it. They're doing instrument weapons, so each class apparently is going to get an instrument weapon, which is basically just like the instrument that their band uses and a weapon themed around it. The ones they showed, the rogue one looks really scary. Actually, that card looks really broken, but I think this is a really cool idea. We also have a harmonic versus dissonant spell. So if you don't know, harmonic is when things are in harmony. Dissonant is when notes are not in harmony with each other. So they basically have these spells that swap the numbers in them from turn to turn in order to change the effect. Last up, and one of the things I'm most excited about is the new signature cards. So these signature cards fix a lot of the issues I think people had with the old ones, or with the ones that were promoted in March of the Lich King. They're super cool, super colorful, and they're different. And they've also announced that you'll now be able to disenchant them if you don't want them. I think this is a great change. Basically, I've always loved signature cards. I thought they were really cool. And the only thing I didn't like is that you really didn't have the option of getting rid of them if you didn't want them, and they've fixed that. They've taken that away. Now there's literally nothing you can complain about. If you craft one that you don't like, you still get duplicate protection. If you already have that card, you can disenchant it if you don't like it. There's really nothing to complain about now. These are just all upside. They're things you can get from events or from packs that give you a cool different version of the card. And if you don't like that version of the card, you can just get rid of it. So I love this. I think this is a great change. They didn't give a concrete date, but the speculation is it's probably April 11th. That's the second Tuesday, I believe, of the month, and that gives us about a month from now for the set to come out. That's usually how they do it. So that's awesome. Last year it fell during my spring vacation, and this year it will not. So I'll actually be able to get and do some streams for when it comes out. That's super exciting. Would love to hear everyone else's thoughts. Tell me which cards or classes you think look the most exciting from this announcement. And thanks for watching the Peaceful Sea.